Please don't fear me, because I know what.
What's up, guys? It's Mr. Narius T here with game number 2 of the match with the red-green landfall deck, and we had a little bit of a disconnect issue on my opponent's part, but he came back in, and this is a good hand, so we're going to keep. It's not very explosive, but it's very consistent, and that's what I need. He mulligans down to 6 and then keeps his hand, and we're on the draw, so we'll see what he got to start out with. And he plays an Evolving Wilds, which is good because it means that he doesn't have a one-drop creature, which I don't know if he does or not, if there is one. I don't really know that much about the red-white heroic decks, as I didn't play very much when Theros was out, so the heroic decks are not my strong suit. So I really need to learn a little bit more about these decks just to be better at this format. But I play my Mountain and pass the turn, and I'm going to start off with playing my two plated Geopedes, as they will give me the most damage later on. He plays this Akroan Skyguard, flying heroic, great creature. I know it was in the blue-white heroic deck that was going around in Standard, even though I wasn't playing much. I did keep up with the Standard format during that time. But I play out my plated Geopede and hope he doesn't have something too explosive so that I can still get into this game. I don't want this to be a stomp, but with decks like this, they're two very explosive decks, and sometimes it just goes down to who has the better opening hand. He plays his third land and plays Satyr Hoplite. So I can only assume that he drew that this turn or last turn and would rather just get the Skyguard out last turn, because if he had it in his opening hand, I don't see the reason why he wouldn't have played it. Now he's deciding whether he wants to attack or not. And the honest answer is yes, you need to. It would be a good thing to attack because I don't have trample. I only have first strike on the plated Geopede. And then he hits me with brute force to swing in for 5. So this is turn number 3, and I'm at 15. This just shows you the explosive power of the red-white heroic deck. Hopefully I can show and I showed you the power last game of the explosiveness that this deck can have. So this is a very, we're not holding any punches in this matchup. This is we're going to swing at each other until someone falls down, and we'll see who falls down first. So I didn't play my Evolving Wilds because, again, like last game, I want to go around his threats. I don't want to try to 1v1 him, essentially, because my creatures will never have the sustainability that his does with the 1/1 counters that he gets for targeting. So I need to go wide, and I'm playing my other plated Geopede here because it will give me more damage overall than the Snapping Gnarlid. And that's one thing about this deck. Your sequencing of your lands and your creatures are very important, and if you can get that down very well, you will do very well with this deck. I definitely need to work on it. I do make some mistakes on it, and I will continue to try with this deck because I really like this deck and I want to get good with it. Here he goes, and here he's just going straight into combat, which is, I guess, good news for me because he doesn't have a madcap skills, but he swings with both. I'm not willing to try to block the Satyr Hoplite because I have a feeling he has a trick, and I do not want to lose my plated Geopede, as that is going to give me a lot more damage than if I just block and save the 1 point of damage, or 3 or 5, what have you. So snapping, and next turn I'm going to play the Snapping Gnarlid and Evolving Wilds to try to get a lot of damage down now, so that he has to think about if it's safe for him to swing out anymore. So I play my Evolving Wilds, and I'm about to make a very big mistake, and that's just me being numbskulled and not realizing when I need to do something, and I'll get better at that. Here, I just click OK, and it goes straight into combat because he had F6. So I should have, as soon as declared attacks, sacked my Evolving Wilds because I just lost 4 extra points of damage there, guys, and that is not okay. He would be at 7, and it would be dead if he swung out here and I was able to swing in with all my creatures. So I might have just lost myself this game. And here he plays Temur Battle Rage, which is never a good sign. It usually means the end of the game with these types of decks. But right now he's only hitting for 9, and there's the Titan strength, guys. So it means that I am dead. I'm just going to concede the game, get into the next one, just so we can have a better game 3. And here I'm thinking of taking out the gut shots, but I end up leaving them in. And what I do take out is I take out the Naturalizes and put in 3 Grazing Gladehearts for the extra life, and I also take out the Valakut Predators, as I would rather have the life than just a vanilla 2-2. And that's about all the changes I got. We'll get into game 3, and I'll see you then, guys. Thanks.